up, y'all? I wanted to make a little bit of an update video on my muscle up training. As you saw, I think in video number 2, I was focusing on kind of getting through the pull through and starting to prep for the dip on the rings. And when I was working on the pull through, every time I would come up here, I would notice that I was starting to get like a little bit of elbow pain, and it wasn't anything like I was describing it as like, it's not a don't do it kind of pain. It was more of a, this isn't quite ready to do a full range of motion pushing through that, right? And so when we talk a lot about range of motion exercises, we want to make sure that we are always solid and sound at the end ranges. And so I wanted to update you on that after that first video where I was doing some of the practices I teach around the activation techniques. The pain's already gone. I can already feel the elbows, the shoulders, and really just all the muscles around the front and back starting to be strong enough to do a full dip. I'm not quite there yet from this low shoulder to ring dip. I will be there probably in like 2 to 3 weeks. But I wanted to update you because I wanted to show you how quickly this stuff can work. In that second video, I was talking about end ranges. And so like, for example, when we're here in these dips, this is an end range right here. We're right here at the bottom of the dip. When we're up here, we're at the top. That's another end range, right? So we're right here, it's a full end range on the dip. And when you're feeling like you can't, say, push out strong from like an end range here, that means that there's some lack of stability and awareness in that range of motion at that end range. And if you just keep working through it, sometimes it will work out fine, but sometimes you'll end up putting yourself into a situation where muscles will compensate for that lack of stability and strength and awareness in that end range, and will overcompensate with the wrong muscles. And that's when muscle indifferences start to happen, or muscle differentiation, or sometimes like muscles will freeze up around the joints to try to protect them. And that's when the pain can come in because it starts pulling on all the nerves and the bones and a whole lot of stuff you want to avoid. So just what we've been teaching and what we really found to work super well is different activation techniques. And there's a whole range of these that we teach, but this is a very simple one you can use on just about any type of kind of end range or any type of like area you feel like there's a stuck point. So right now, what I did, just to show you real quick, I'm in this position, the bottom of the dip, and this is like the Olympic, if you're looking like a gymnast type dip, where you're at the shoulder all the way to the bar or to the ring, you're gonna push all the way up through. I, instead of trying to push through and use those reps, which you could do again, as I mentioned, I'm just activating in this position. So I'm holding it, and I'm actually pushing my hands into the rings, and I'm lightening, like I'm raising one foot off the ground so I can get more tension in that position. And I'm really getting some tension into the elbows. And what that's creating is the same effect as if I was gonna be pushing and getting that time under tension, but it's in a more controlled fashion. So what's cool about this is I can do this from like 10% pressure, 20% pressure, 30% pressure, all the way up to 100% pressure if I want to, or I'm just squeezing and really feeling it. And that will activate such a mind, body, mind, nerve, mind, muscle awareness that over time, for me, it was just a matter of about a week and a half. I did it in that first video that I showed you all, and now the pain is completely gone and I'm already feeling stronger. So it can happen very quickly. It doesn't always happen that quick. Sometimes it might take a few weeks. For some people, it could be a few months, depending on where you start. But if you're already doing dips, like I can already do, regular dips on the dip bar, but I don't go as low as this full end range. So this is why I'm just kind of retraining and creating new stability here as well, that new deeper awareness to be able to really push from when I get to that pull through on the muscle up and I'm here, how I get into that and then pop on through. And I feel like I could probably do it right now, but again, that's not my goal, is just to do it. I want to really build into it. So try this activation technique. Again, anytime you find an end range, like the bottom of a move or the top of a move, if you want to find different areas that feel sticky to you, this is the bottom of the move, and you just want to put pressure and really push. And what will happen is the more that you kind of like play with that, start out with like 20% pressure, hold it for like 30 seconds, just 20% out of 100% pressure, and then take a rest, do it again a minute or two later, come back into it. You'll start to find that you will really start to shore up those weaknesses and turn them into your strengths. All the ligaments, muscles, everything will begin to just evolve into a much stronger, stable range of motion. So squeezing and recruiting all these extra muscles at different variable pressures, that's one of the biggest things in the activation technique we do. So again, like I said, after just a week and a half, my elbow's already feeling great, ready to go. Try this and let me know how it feels for you, and see you next video. Stay activated. Peace.